Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. This channel is dedicated to finding out whether I really do know it all or not. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, and make sure you ask questions in the comments or at my email, which is at the end of the video or in the comments, or in the description, excuse me. Okay, one thing apparently I don't know how to do is walk without falling. I slipped yesterday and bashed my face into the grill outside, so yeah, sorry about it looks a lot worse than it is, so don't worry about it. Okay, so yesterday I did an episode on the whole COVID-19 mess, and I talked about the kind of grim topic of food security. I thought today I'd balance that out by doing something much more lighthearted, which is the question of why is Animal Crossing New Horizons so popular right now? So it's a fun question, right? It's kind of silly and it doesn't really matter, but I think it actually points out some of the psychology of what's going on. So there's a level at which it's important. First of all, for those who don't know and have been hiding under a rock, apparently it's like a big deal online. Animal Crossing New Horizons is a Nintendo Switch game, which is the console that's kind of the square thing. I'll put a picture up with the little controllers on the side. Anyway, it's a new game that came out. There's been several Animal Crossing games that have come out over the years. This one came out recently, and it's kind of taking the world by storm. There's a lot of people playing it. You can find internet memes online. You can find all sorts of Facebook groups, etc., etc. So, why exactly has it taken over? Well, there are several things. Number one is that it's just timing. It's just random luck. By good fortune, it came out at a time right before this entire pandemic outbreak happened. So, if it had come out a year ago, it probably would have had a much more normal run. If it had come out 6 months from now, it probably would have had a much more normal run. As it turns out, however, since it came out when it did, it's had a rather impressive run so far. And certainly it's even beyond sales. It's just garnered an awful lot of interest from the community. So the second reason why it's very popular right now is also because people are simply doing more things online at the moment. They're playing more games. They're doing video conferencing. They're spending more time in their houses. So obviously playing any kind of game is going to go up right now. There's going to be more people spending more hours playing games than perhaps normally would happen, simply because they don't have other things that they have to do. So that's number two. Number three, I think, is just the nature of the game. It's a very calm game. There's no, you're not dying, you're not shooting people, you're building a world. It's a cute world. It's very adorable. Right now, there's like a little bunny day bunny out there that has everything in sort of pastel colors. So, it's just a calm, happy, nice game. And I think that actually is helping people, right? So that gets into the psychology of this. I think people are feeling very out of sorts right now, right? We've covered this in several of the other videos. There's a psychological aspect of feeling out of control, feeling worried, feeling stressed. Well, what better way of getting unstressed than to build a world that you have control over, that's adorable, that's safe, that you can invite your friends over to virtually and have little parties. So that gets into how this is psychologically impactful and how it's actually just meshes with the time. So it came out just in a moment when it was kind of needed. And I think that's perhaps the most important reason why it's very successful now. Obviously this is kind of an outgrowth of games like The Sims or something like that from, oh my gosh, way back when. When did The Sims first come out? In the early 90s, I think it was. But, it's that sort of world building game. But there's kind of an adorableness to it, and you literally can't die. Like, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to get stung by a tarantula or wasps, and your face is going to look all gross for a while. But you can take medication and you're all set, right? So everything is fine. There's nothing terrible about it. You don't have to have issues of worrying about whether you're going to die or not. These are all things that I think we're worried about right now. There's also a lot of food on the islands, right? You can just shake a tree and like fruit falls down and you eat it and all's well. So everything is contained. Everything's happy. Everything's calm. I think that's the biggest reason why it's doing really well right now. It's also just a lot of fun to play, right? I think that cuteness aspect, it's just kind of adorable. You end up like I don't know. I'm a guy. I saw the clothes and stuff and I was like, yeah. But I tend to buy clothes or get happy when I find one. I just got an Aloha shirt today, so I get to wear like a little Hawaiian shirt for my character. So, it's a lot of fun to play. The downside of this, of course, right now is that trying to find a Nintendo Switch, if you don't own one already, is really, really hard. They are going for well over retail at the moment. So that's an unfortunate reality. But if you have one already, or if you can get a hold of one somehow, then I think that if you're stressed about this whole situation, I think it's going to help you calm down. That would be my thing. So I guess in a small way, this is like a review of the game. It's kind of a mini review, but I give it my thumbs up for, for being a game that's very apropos to the moment. And I think you will find it useful and helpful and calming. And there you go. All right. So enjoy. I hope you found this video fun and useful. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and definitely make sure you ask questions in the comments or at my email address, which is drknowitallknows@gmail.com. Until next time, bye-bye.